And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska Weather. I'm meteorologist Peter Chan, coming to you from the National Weather Service on this Saturday, April 13th, 2024. And if you'd like additional weather information on top of what I provide in this YouTube video, you can go to weather.gov. That is the National Weather Service's online presence. It'll bring you to a map of the continental U.S. with Hawaii and Alaska to the lower left. And you point and click anywhere on this map and it'll bring up a localized forecast with any relevant watches, warnings, or advisories. There's all sorts of other information too you can pull off of this site. But just a quick check of what's going on in the continental U.S. this Saturday afternoon. There's some wind advisories through the Appalachians. We have red flag warnings for critical fire weather conditions, southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa, parts of the central plains, Kansas into southeast, parts of Colorado and eastern Wyoming further west. We have strong winds, parts of southern New Mexico, across Nevada, and a few winter weather advisories for northern California. But across Alaska, we are going to see another round of snow and blowing snow developing across the northwest mainland and northwest coast as we go through Sunday afternoon into Sunday night and Monday. Some areas there could see near blizzard conditions at times. I'll highlight that in a moment. Wind, rain, snow, central Aleutians Sunday is a compact low. It's not especially deep, but it will work its way through the Aleutians and then up toward the Pribilofs, bringing some snow and rain and wind there on Monday. And then the YK deltas, the southwest coast, will see some snow and blowing snow by Monday evening into Monday night and Tuesday morning. Anchorage the other day with some snow showers in the area. Managed to pick up enough measurable snow to place second snowiest winter on record, tied for that now at 132.6 inches. Give a few more details on that as well. And then we are looking for a pattern change. Warmer, drier, high pressure ridge is going to build out of the North Pacific into the Gulf and Panhandle. That's going to cause southeast Alaska to enjoy drier and warmer conditions here in the week ahead. Some areas of the Panhandle will be in the 50s to near 60 degrees. With quite a bit of sunshine once we get by some lingering light rain and light mixed rain, snow showers that could linger into Sunday. But in the northwest, Point Lay, sunny skies, 3 above, some of the coldest air this Saturday afternoon, still along the northwest and northern Arctic coast, single digits. You're going to see snow and blowing snow develop Sunday afternoon, evening into Sunday night, continuing into Monday. Same thing, no attack there on the southwest slope of the Brooks Range, the western end. Expect southerly winds increasing. That upslope flow will create snow and blowing snow. So get ready for a change arriving in those areas Sunday night into Monday. For Anchorage, sunshine, temperatures up near 40 by mid-afternoon this Saturday afternoon after the snow showers around Anchorage on Friday. What are the chances of Anchorage seeing additional snowfall to break the record? Right now it's iffy. It looks pretty mild and certainly snow-free coming up in the week ahead. Wrangell, seeing a scattering of light rain showers and some light fog, 42 degrees, and the lingering scattered light showers across the Panhandle will begin to dry out on Sunday with more in the way of clearing as we go into the early and midweek, along with warmer temperatures. So quick check now for Anchorage, based on where the Weather Service measures its snowfall at the office there on the north side of the Ted Stevens International Airport. 132.6 inches for the winter of 2023-24. That ties for the second snowiest winter, right up there with 1954-55. Just 2 more inches to go to set a new all-time record. And that record was set in the winter of 2011-2012 at 134.5 inches. Perhaps there's a small chance there could be some additional, maybe light snow at some point here before the end of April, that last week of April. But before then, we're going to warm up. In the meantime, special weather statement for the northwest mainland all the way down to St. Lawrence Island. This area will see strengthening winds along with light snow moving in and could create considerable blowing and drifting snow in these areas, along with maybe 1 to as much as 6 inches of snowfall between Sunday later afternoon into the day on Monday. Elsewhere, pretty quiet weather in the meantime. That ridge of high pressure is going to build up from the northern Gulf up into the Panhandle and over the Gulf and southeast Alaska. So we're going to see warmer temperatures, drier conditions. Low cutting across the central Aleutians Sunday will bring storm force wind gusts to Adak and Atka, along with some snow mix changing to just all rain. And then one other final note regarding the aurora viewing season. We're getting near the end of it just because of the increasing amount of daylight and the loss of darkness at night. We are expecting an arrival of a couple of weak CMEs, it's coronal mass ejections tonight. That could trigger a minor G1 geomagnetic storm and possibly some auroras, or at least enhance auroras here. So keep your eyes peeled. First quarter moon is on Monday, April 15th. And as I mentioned, the Alaska aurora viewing season is winding down later this month due to the increasing amount of daylight and shortening of nighttime. The season starts up again once we get that darkness back, especially beginning the latter half of August. So looking at satellite imagery, we have a low sitting here in the northern Gulf that's just kind of weakening, sitting, spinning, not doing a whole lot other than keeping some scattered showers going. We have a front, cold front here across the far north. That's just reinforcing the Arctic air along the Arctic coasts here, the Beaufort Sea and Chukchi Sea. There's a little front drape back into eastern Russia. As that low pressure over there works eastward, it's going to increase winds here across the northwest later tomorrow and into Monday with that blowing snow and snow. And then here are the hints of that low coming up out across the Aleutians, the central western Aleutians for Sunday. So later tonight, we expect to have this front over here working its way eastward. That should actually say today. Sometimes we get these little glitches in the way these graphics update, so we have to I just can't, it's just the way it is. But here's the satellite imagery for this afternoon. Back to the west, a lot of cloud cover across the Bering. This weak front working east. Now for tonight, we expect there to be this front weakening as it works its way eastward, but some snow showers along it up there in the eastern Brooks Range. Low pressure over the northern Gulf, just a scattering of light showers, some lower clouds still lingering in through parts of the Panhandle. Back to the west, though, here's that low. It's not especially deep, but it has some pretty good winds around it, gale force and even some gust up around storm force. By the time we get into Sunday afternoon, the low over the Panhandle area, just off of there, will continue to weaken. Still some scattered light mixed showers, but nothing heavy by any means. Here's a ridge of high pressure. That's going to be shifting eastward and then building northward up into the Gulf and over the southeast part of the state here as we go through early and midweek next week. So that's what's going to cause the warming trend, drier pattern here. But this low is going to come east, increase winds along the western and northwest coast in this area. So we expect snow, blowing snow for Sunday evening into Sunday night. And again, some of these areas here, especially on that upslope side of the Brooks Range on over toward Points Hope and Lay, those areas could see some near blizzard conditions at times. And then the one low crossing the central Aleutians Sunday afternoon and up across the Pribilofs and bringing in an occluded front with some gusty winds and snow along the YK deltas, Nunavik Island for especially Monday evening into early Tuesday morning. This front kind of hangs up. This low does its thing, another little low southwest of there, but this ridge is going to build and kind of hold, so it's going to prevent this more unsettled weather pattern over the Bering and along the west coast to kind of stay there, whereas this will allow the Panhandle to dry out, the Gulf Coast, especially from the Kenai coastal areas eastward. So temperatures are going to warm. Even Anchorage could see temperatures 40s, maybe even near 50 degrees before the end of the week. So looking at temperatures for this Sunday morning, lows generally just above freezing in the Panhandle. Below freezing, though, could be some icy spots in that freeze-thaw cycle thing. So keep that in mind at parking lots, walkways, driveways. Wouldn't want to slip and fall after getting through this long winter. Just not fun. And looking here over along areas of the Panhandle, temperatures in the 40s. As I said, as the week progresses, we'll see 50s in especially the southern western part of the Panhandle, maybe even an isolated 60-degree reading down around Klawak or Craig. Back here, 40-ish, so better than what we've been doing. And then Monday, same thing, nighttime lows a little chillier, maybe just a bit below freezing in the Panhandle, but clearer skies. Could be 10 above in the Copper River Basin due to some clear skies, below freezing temperatures. And then daytime highs, starting to see some 50s pop up in through the Panhandle starting Monday afternoon, 40s across south central. So definitely moving toward a milder pattern across southern and southeastern Alaska. In the north, coldest temperatures, north slope along the Arctic coast, the Beaufort Sea and Chukchi Seas, below zero tonight, winds increasing. This is the area they'll initially see the accumulating snow and blowing snow. Temperatures stay in the single digits along the Arctic coast, near freezing as you go down from Fairbanks down along the Yukon River. And then temperatures Monday morning, maybe not quite as cold, but you see readings near just below zero there along the eastern Brooks Range, immediate Arctic coast. Temperatures along Norton Sound, the Seward Peninsula coming upwards into the 20s. And then Monday afternoon, we expect temperatures in the 40s, especially in through the Tanana Valley, Fairbanks, Eagle. So moderating temperatures here across the east central interior and even to the west for that matter. And then across the southwest, Sunday morning, lows, some teens on the other side of the Alaska Range, teens and 20s, a bit below freezing, just by a couple degrees there along the eastern Aleutians. Sunday afternoon should get back up a little above freezing, a degree or two, Bethel on up toward Aniak and certainly toward McGrath, and then down along the Alaska Peninsula, temperatures near 40. And Monday morning, still some upper teens and 20s across the southwest interior, maybe a couple degrees warmer there, extending out in the mid-30s along the eastern Aleutians. And for Monday afternoon, we have that system approaching from the southwest. There could be a burst of snow and blowing snow along the Kuskokwim Bay on up to the lower Yukon Delta, Nunavik Island before that system lifts further northward. And looking at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, this is for the 19th through the 23rd of April. We're definitely going to see temperatures moderate here over south central, not be as cold, a little drier from Anchorage eastward. Certainly with the high pressure ridge building in here through the Gulf and over the Panhandle, this is where the warmest temperatures will be, north way down through Yakutat, but especially inner channels of the Panhandle could see temperatures easily in the 50s. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody hits 60 down here in the southern part of the Panhandle before week's end. Coldest temperatures, Arctic coast, north slope down along the west side of the state, and then extending down into the tip of the Alaska Peninsula and eastern Aleutians. We're still expecting precipitation could average a bit above normal, the most likelihood across areas of the mainland, right up through the heart from Anchorage, Fairbanks on up toward Utqiagvik, and precipitation near normal for the southern part of the Panhandle and off the southwest coast down along the Aleutian chain. So we're not entirely out of the woods as far as additional snowfall potentially for Anchorage, but right now at least looks like prior to this, through about this time frame, if anything happens, should be mainly rain. And then maybe a little chance there that last week of April, some systems coming up out of the North Pacific into the Gulf could fling some moisture back toward Anchorage. If the air is cold enough, it's at nighttime, early morning, then there could be additional snowfall. So stay tuned to later forecast. And coming up tomorrow is the beginning of flood safety week, and we'll be talking about river breakup season and the potential and threats of flooding and what you can do to be prepared.